Hi, I'm Colin and welcome to How to Paint Watercolours. So if you're ready, we'll get started and we'll paint this one. Hello everyone, welcome back to Painting Watercolours with me, Colin. This place doesn't actually exist, I made this one up. It's a mountain scene, snow-capped mountains, and I've just stretched the paper, wet it both sides, and I've just left a thin film of water on the paper. And I've just dried off the mountain edge on the top here with a kitchen towel. And I'll give you a quick rundown of the colours: Naples yellow, French ultramarine, magenta, Viridian green, burnt sienna, burnt umber, and a little bit of sepia, should I need to darken anything too far. These are only suggested colours, you don't have to use them. If you wish to use your own colours, that is fine. In fact, it's encouraged. So I'm going to put a little bit of Naples yellow in here. Pull a little bit into the sky, a couple of threads, so to speak. And then I'm going to take some French ultramarine, some magenta, making a nice sort of a violet colour. And then I just want to flatten that down with a little bit of burnt sienna, just to give it a grey look. Now remember, this will dry lighter. I just want to bring this down here into the yellow, and as they're opposites on the colour wheel, yellow and violet will grey each other out. Don't fiddle with it too much. And then I'm going to darken it a little bit more. Some burnt sienna, just add some movement. I don't want the sky to be too dark. Straightforward magenta in. Don't work it too much, just twitch it kind of thing. We normally use, blue shades of blue for snow and things, but I just want to warm this one up, and I just want to take a little bit of top out on that just with a kitchen towel. And drop some clean water in. You have to do this when everything is still really wet, and just let it push the colour around. Just start to create some interesting shapes. I'm just going to run this round a little bit. Like that. What we could do is just put some of the foreground in to save a little bit of time. Keep them rocks clean. Take some of that colour. Take some blue, some magenta. A little bit of the cloud colour. You can just add a little bit of shadow. Just give directional strokes. And then you're going to leave that to dry. Now that the sky is nice and dry, I'm just going to re-wet these background mountains. Plenty of water on them. Taking some of the colour, sky colour, and I'm just going to drop this in. I don't want this very strong. Just allow it to drift through the water. Pales out as it comes through the edges here. And then we can just take that edge out. Just allow it to disappear slightly. Just want to drop some darker colour in some areas just for a little tiny bit of shadow. But I don't want any detail on these. That's all you need to do to them. Take up the excess water. And while I'm here, we'll just re-wet some of these rocks. And into it I'm just going to drop some burnt sienna. So we'll move on to the sepia. That's all you need for that. Then I'm going to let that dry. Once your background mountains are dry, I'm re-wetting the whole of this mountain area. I'm going to add some shadow size on this one. I'm going to add a little bit more magenta to that, just to bring it around to a little bit of a red-violet side. We can begin to put some shadow on, just allow it to drift through the water. Bring some along the bottom and brush it up. Add a little burnt umber to that, a tiny bit of French ultramarine, and just in certain areas it's just darkening one or two places. Just adds a little bit more dimension to your shadow. Always allowing some of the other colour to show through. Otherwise there wouldn't be much point you putting the colour on. Darker down in the valley. And then you're going to let that dry. Now it's dry, I just want to mix up a little stronger colour. I'm going to add some French ultramarine to that, a touch more magenta. And I'm going to put a little bit of sepia in it. Still want it just to the red side slightly. I'll see how we go with that. Take the excess off. And you can begin to shape your mountain, putting some cracks and rocks in. I'm just using the tip and the side of the brush just to create some gullies and ridges. Move the brush in the direction where the ridge line is. Get the angle right. Very little paint on the brush. This can take you some time, but it will give you some practice. I don't want to put any detail on the background mountain. It's just a support for this mountain to frame it. You can decide how much detail you put on. Usually sometimes it's best not to overthink this and just go for it. And I'm going to leave that to dry. Now that the whole of your mountain's dry, I'm just going to take some of this colour once again. Not too strong again, I just want to put some shadow on this hillside. Just softening that in. Add some viridian green to that. Touch more magenta. I'm just going to put the tops of these trees in, these evergreens. Then I just want to take a mop brush and I'm just picking up some of the same colour again. And I'm just going to touch the tips onto this. Just create some evergreen trees in the background, allowing it to hit the other damp paint. Just allowing for some shadow to run down. Take a damp brush, just pull a little of this down. Take some more of the viridian green, put it in there, some more of the magenta. Take some of the burnt umber and make a really dark, almost black green. Some of the sepia. Just put the tops of these in, don't make them all the same size. Take the excess off the brush. Using the tips of the brush once again, that they're slightly broken open. I want to add a little bit of cracky rocks to this. So I'm just scrumbling some on. Just using a detail brush, just adding some texture. Just a few crack lines and things on it. I want to water that down a little bit. I want to add some shadow here, just soften the edges in. More colouring along the edge. A little shadow from the trees, just using the side of the brush. I kind of like that. Pencil to marine into that sepia, and maybe I just want to add a couple of birds here. And this is where you can get to sign it, mount it and frame it. I hope you've enjoyed this one, and if you have, please click the like button and subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment, and I will see you next time. Thank you.